Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostip and this is going to be part 39 of my early campaign run playing as England. And it is good to be back. I did take a little bit of a break there and I went on a little much needed vacation and holiday, so yeah, it feels good to be back. And I've had to spend some time to reacclimate myself to this campaign and try to remind myself where I was at. So yes, a war with the Spanish, correct? Yes, and if I remember correctly, things are going okay, I think. The Italians joined in on the war, which is really cool. That is super helpful, especially because of what they were able to achieve on the seas. The Spanish now just have the regions that are in red here, and that's not much. You know, I think that the Italians did take out a large Spanish presence in the Western Mediterranean. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I think that it was, you know, a fair few ships that were defeated by the Italians, which is really, man, very, very helpful because now at this point, I can go back to reasserting my dominance over here in the Eastern Mediterranean, which I think that I already have ships everywhere. Yes, I do. Just, I need some boats in the Central Mediterranean. And then, yeah, I've pulled out of the Gulf of Gabes and the Straits of Sicily and the Tyrrhenian Sea. So I need to position my ships in those regions there. And then these two navies here in the African coast and the Ligurian Sea, they can start to move west to corner the Spanish ships that are here in the Straits of Gibraltar, and then up the western Spanish coast here, the Gulf of Cadiz, Spanish coast, and then the Atlantic Ocean. So I can move here. These guys can go west as well. And then, yeah, I think everyone else can just kind of spread out. You know, I think I can put... Yeah, these two boats can go to the Central Mediterranean, and then... Let's see here. Let's go 2 boats there, and then I can leave you guys there. That's fine. Okay, and then up here in the Atlantic Ocean, so what this is a little bit concerning though, because to be in the Atlantic Ocean, you have to have at least a caravel. I don't know if they have any cogs. I don't think they do have cogs. But so that means this is a handful of caravels for sure. At least, oh, I don't know, 6 or 7. How many boats do I have in this? So I have 7 boats in that little stack, and I'm trying to compare the flags, and so maybe 6 here, and then a 7th one in that little separate fleet. So 7 caravels, that's formidable for sure. I don't have that much in the region. I do have 2 cogs here in this fleet, and then I do have 1 caravel, and that's not going to be enough. Do I have anything here? No, those are barks. 2 caravels here. So that's going to be altogether 3 caravels and 2 cogs, which is still probably not enough. So really, I'm probably just going to like wait on this and to see if it disperses itself, and then I can pick them off one by one. If I have to, I can build up a fleet and to take it on, but hopefully it does kind of move out and disperse, and then I can, yeah, it's going to be easier to take down. And I can get a engagement here in the Gulf of Cadiz. What do we have? There is going to be a 3-star bark, and then a 2-star bark. Let's go after the, let's see, I have 2 caravels and 4 barks. Okay. 0 command stars. I'm going to have to separate... to make sure I don't attack the papacy here. So I'm going to be separating my barks to make sure that I do catch the enemy barks and that I can kill them with my own caravels. That is risky. These boats could potentially team up on something that I have here, so I could take losses on my barks. In fact, yeah, 0 commanders, yeah. But I think that that's just the way to do it. So let's do an attack here. And then an attack there. And we might, yes, we might take losses, but... that's the name of the game. So now I'm going to have to continue to spend time on reorganizing my forces here in Europe. I recall having sort of a mix-up, and by mix-up I mean negligence, because I forgot to, I didn't have any billmen in my armies, like barely any. I had some billmen, but barely any billmen. And Billman is like my staple troop for my infantry forces, for my English armies. So that was a big, yeah, that was a big oversight. So I'm working on getting that fixed. Other than that, I think my armies, are they okay? Or was the building the only thing missing? I think so. I'll double check that. Obviously, the real, priority is going to be Aquitaine and then to a lesser extent Anjou, just because Aquitaine does border 3 Spanish-held provinces, whilst Anjou only borders the 1. And the Italians are right here, my buddy old pals, my one allied. And man, what good allies that they have been. Weren't we fighting at the beginning of this campaign? At some point? Yeah, I'm not used to calling the Italians good allies because I feel like they're kind of a nuisance in many instances, many campaigns. But in this campaign, they've just really busied themselves with fighting anyone that could have, like, bothered me, which is really nice. Like the Germans or the papacy or the French, maybe not the French. But in this case, now the Spanish, my goodness, I mean, they're taking territories here in Iberia. They're losing Cordoba to the Spanish, but maybe there could be a bit of a fight there. And they are losing Morocco to the Spanish as well. But still, their boats did a lot of damage to the Spanish fleets. And geez, that's like the main thing for me. So, I will do what I can to assist the Italians without attacking the Spanish provinces. I don't want to take any of their land. I'm just not interested in it. And then I have reclaimed Palestine. I think I took it back without a fight, I think. Just based on memory here. And so could there be... Wait, was it without a fight? Maybe there was a fight. I can't remember. It's been a while. But, so, like, Palestine is still in the crosshairs, for sure, right? Because it's, again, being bordered by Sinai, Arabia, and then Syria, all held by the Spanish. Whereas these 3 provinces just border Syria, so they're not as in danger. And considering that Palestine has 3 stacks, and Tripoli probably has some troops to spare, I'm going to consider bringing some troops down from Tripoli to Palestine, just to see if I can hold on here. And Palestine is my only province down here in the Levant where I can build boats. It takes 3 turns to build a bark, but I'm missing a bark here in the Eastern Mediterranean. I think I lost it to a storm, I think. And I don't like having just one boat because it's vulnerable to, being lost in a storm. And a 1 boat fleet is more, enemies or not even enemies, but other AI factions like to pick on 1 boat navies. And they can just start pointless wars just for that reason. So I don't know if I'm going to hold on to Palestine long enough to complete this bark, but we'll see. I'll just start building it now. And if it's sunk costs, well, it's only 700 florins, and I have 650,000 florins in the bank, so that's fine. And I am losing 2,300 per turn, but again, I think that's going to be rectified shortly, I think. I mean, relatively shortly, I think, because once we can open up trade between my western fleets and my eastern fleets, that's really going to put me back in the good graces of the gods of the economy. So yeah, it's gonna be very nice. And let's see here. So I think I'm building stuff everywhere and training stuff everywhere. That's fine. So I'm gonna have to make sure I reorganize this. In fact, oh yeah, I got a good general. Yeah, Sir Roger Mortimer. That's right. 3 loyalty is not great, but I have princesses on the way, so I'm gonna make sure that I marry one of them. Princess Bianca, you are gonna be wed to Sir Roger Mortimer when you come of age. Maybe next turn, maybe, or the turn afterwards. Yeah, that's going to be okay. And then I think that I needed to build something here in Northumbria. Yes. Master Merchant, more money, please. Even though that's not going to go into effect until I can fix my trade fleets. But yeah, it's going to be good. That, and then get a stew for those upgraded spies, and then a drinking den for those upgraded assassins. Perfect. Love it. And maybe, I don't know if I need to train anything right now. Yeah, I'll think about it. And let's see here. I have fleets here, so I'm not blockaded anymore. Perfect. So I can bring down troops immediately to my European or my mainland provinces now that I'm not being blockaded, which is going to feel very good. And I do wonder, probably too early for me to wonder this, but would the Italians ever consider attacking me? Hopefully not anytime soon. Really, what I would like is if we could just be pals, because the Poles are here, you know, they re-emerged and they just like immediately retook all of the territory that they originally had. They're still not really, I mean, they're making a lot of points, don't get me wrong. They're making an absolute shit ton of points. But, you know, because they got eliminated, they are behind, very much so. But they're pushing the Byzantines, and in fact, let me just double check. I think they are pushing the Byzantines. They are. And we're not bordering them yet, but it seems inevitable that we will be bordering the Poles, at least here, in this area. And by then, I hope to have had things between myself and the Spanish resolved, hopefully. Either the Spanish are eliminated or they seek a ceasefire, perhaps. One or the other would be fine with me. And then we might be at conflict with the Poles, which is probably good. We probably need to kind of put a stop to their madness. They're fighting the Byzantines and the papacy, which is, you know, I appreciate their tenacity, I do, but they're not, you know, super strong. The papacy, that is, nor the Byzantines. And this could be a situation where we might kind of need the entire map to help team up against the Poles. And that includes the Italians, you know, who do border some Polish territory now, which is nice now that the Germans are gone. The Danes, I mean, the Danes actually have all of Scandinavia, which is really cool. They should just win the campaign for that. They should get a gold star or something for having Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. It's just so rare to see them do anything at all. So good job. Good job, Danes. And for that, I wonder, you know, they have a boat here in the Baltic. Would they consider, I mean, they do also border Saxony. How are the Polish troops here? They're okay. And the Danes, yeesh. Yeah, the Danes don't look strong. Those are some crappy armies. Alright, some halberdiers here, but yeah, banged up stuff. My goodness. Man, yeah, they are not strong enough to take Saxony. Oh, geez, that's a shame. I mean, if they like mustered everything that they had, you know, sure, but could they hold off a counterattack from anywhere else? I don't know about that. I don't know. In any case, I'm going to continue to play offensively against the Spanish just by using my agents. I don't have, like I said, I don't have any intention of attacking the provinces, but I have spied some opportunities for, let's see, I think it was you, the weak principles. Yeah, minus 20% to bribery cost. And I think I have an emissary. Yes, you try to bribe him. So 57,000 florins, sure. So far, it has not worked. Any bribery attempt has not worked. In fact, in some cases, I think I've made guys more resilient to bribery by doing this. Yeah, like this guy. Yeah, this is an example. Weak principles. Man, a principle. Yeah, sure. Because I tried to bribe him, and he held strong, and so now he's, yeah, plus 50% cost of bribe. So overall, a net of 30% cost of bribe for him. So I'm not going to try to bribe him. On the other hand, though, there's this chap, King of Navarre, Lord Ferrer, and I've tried to bribe him multiple times, and he has not gained a loyal, what was that trait called? Man, like, yeah, he hasn't gained a mana principle trait at all, despite the fact that he's held true. And I wonder if that's just because he's like full up on vices and virtues, and so he can't get another one now. I kind of wonder if that's the reason. So I'm going to continue to try to bribe you. 136,000 florins? Really? His army's not that big. Fuck it. Do it. Do it anyway. I mean, he's good, though. He is a good general. Let me just double check that there wasn't a... Yeah, weak principles. So that's minus 20% to the bribery cost. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's not getting any boost to that. Okay, so, and then I think no principles, minus 50% to bribery cost for you. And then you don't have any traits. Okay. So, do I have an emissary that is nearby that can bribe that guy? Like you? Yeah, you. You come over here and let me just double check it's you. Yeah, no principles. Bribe him. 22,000. Okay, that's more like it. And then I thought that was there one more over here? I thought maybe that I can bribe. Maybe not. Let's see, not you. Nope. Nope, and then you're the prince, so I can't bribe the prince. Okay, so no one over there. That's okay, but I can continue to use my inquisitors and my spies and assassins to lower people's traits and stuff, and to try to use my inquisitors to kill people and, you know, try them and for their heresy. And yeah, that's the way that I'm going to assist the Italians in their war against the Spanish. It might not be enough. The Italians might get pushed out of Iberia, but the Spanish king actually did die recently. This is the new one. And 4 influence isn't super great, so if the Spanish take some losses, they could start to suffer. In fact, it's really too bad for them that their glorious achievements is so shitty, because like the fact that they're doing quite well, but because they don't own Leon or Castile, they're not making, that's 8 points they're missing out on, which is really tough. And then their conquest is really shitty. Well, no, it's not. It's not actually. They get a point for every 2 provinces. That's not that bad. Okay. But they don't have this one full up either, because they need to have a certain amount of buildings built in Castile, Granada, and Aragon and Cordoba, and they don't own, or no, they haven't achieved that in Aragon or Castile yet. They don't even own Castile, so yeah, that's unfortunate. So like, despite the fact that they're doing okay, like on the map, they're not, you know, they're not doing okay with their glorious achievements, which is a real shame. And then same thing with the Italians. Like the Italians are like doing quite well, but you know, look at these points. They're just missing out on, you know, Tuscany, Genoa, Venice, Crete. Despite the fact that they, you know, have some stuff, they don't have the stuff that they need, which is really tough. And so Crete, eh? Crete's one of their goals? That's interesting. I mean, it's wide open. There's barely anything here, but they would have to get past the Byzantine navy to achieve that. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be on the radar for the Italians to go after that. And conquest, yeah, they only get 1 point for every 5 provinces they conquer. That's tough. And they need more trade than any other faction. And since the AI can't really figure trade out, or see trade that is, in this game, that's just not going to happen. Especially when I'm on the map. So, as I mentioned, I'm just going to be organizing my forces over here, and then putting in my actions for my agents in the Spanish-held territories. And I'm going to, you know, reorganize things around here to make sure that Palestine is more fortified, more heavily garrisoned, and I wouldn't be surprised still with those efforts to see the Spanish try to attack Palestine. I think I just saw the Novgorods attacking the Poles, which is both surprising and also very welcome if that is the case. I was just going to say too, man, it would be nice to see the Novgorods do something. I thought they would be attacking, you know, like the rebels in Livonia, like an easier target, like not the Poles. Yes, so let's see here. Did we get... So it looks like we got this guy. And Lord Granville. Is that the 7-star general? Damn, oh, we got him. Oh, we just killed a 7-star general with our Inquisitor. Ooh, oh man. Wow, yeah, that was a very powerful general. He had no piety. We had a 52% chance of killing him, so I guess it's no surprise, but still, yikes. Yeah, that is tough for the Spanish. And let's see, the Italians are retreating here in Valencia, okay. And we did sink the 3-star enemy bark without losing any boats of our own, which is nice. Yeah, that means that my 4 0-star barks was able to kill their bark by himself, because if my barks needed my caravels to help out, they, you know, they would have lost some boats. So let's see here. This army has increased in value. Just continue. Yeah, raise offer. Definitely. And no shit. Oh, we got him. Oh shit. Nice. Wow, cool. So now we've taken the only Spanish army that is in Cyrenaica. So we've basically taken Cyrenaica to ourselves. And yeah, that's hilarious because now the Spanish are going to have to divert forces back to Cyrenaica to you know, deal with that. And let's see here. Okay, so we have to increase this. I think it was 22,000 before. So just raise it to offer. And no, he's too loyal, so he's not going to be... In fact, he's probably going to be attacking the disloyal general in Cyrenaica. Oh, let's see here. The English appear to be the target of the Spanish. Well, no duh. Okay, the year after next. We'll see about that. And it's going to be 54,000 to bribe this army here in Toulouse. So offer... And no, he's too loyal as well. Okay, and the Polish are going to be attacking the Byzantines. Sure. Okay. Let's see. Killing papacy assassins in Flanders. All right. And Prince William is now come of age. I think this is just... I can't remember if this is a son or not. He might be a son. I think my king is like 43 or something. And Relic of Christ found. A most remarkable relic of our Lord has been discovered. A wondrous survival and proof of his presence on earth. A piece of bread that he once dined upon. Surely such a relic will be a holy adornment to the cathedral in Paris, bringing benefits of healing and sanctity to the faithful of France who make pilgrimage. Plus 10% zeal in all of Catholic France. Okay, well. I don't think that's really... Let's see, zeal at this point of the campaign, what is that going to do? I'm not launching crusades anymore, and it's just going to make enemy inquisitors potentially have an easier time of killing my characters. So, yeah, I think that's the only thing that matters there. And, yeah, they might. Prince William, great warrior, so plus 5 health, and it looks like he's a 4-star general, so that's pretty cool. And materialist as well, plus 1 acumen. Sure, I'll take it. Let's see, plus 3 valor for you. Okay, that's cool. You're just a captain of a unit, so that's fine. Valor's great. And then you are not, I don't think you are, yeah, you're not. Okay. Ooh, famously brave. Okay, so again, you are just a captain of a unit, but plus 1 valor and plus 1 morale is pretty gosh darn good. Sir Charles Beckett, that kind of sounds like a historical name, but you don't have any command stars. Only 3 loyalty. Ugh, okay. Yeah, that's a little bit dicey. That's a little bit dicey. And then, do I have a princess? I do. No announcements for the princesses, unfortunately. But you are now, marry Sir Roger Mortimer, please. And make sure that he is going to remain loyal to us. And then, are you going to be... Okay, so you are the next in line. Perfect. So Prince William is the next in line. And yeah, he's not bad. Good loyalty, piety, dread, command, acumen, all good. Yeah, sweet. Love to see it. And are there any other sons on the way? No, currently no. 1 is enough, but let's make sure that we get Prince William married as soon as possible. So there is an Italian princess right there. So you go talk to her. I'm going to divert you from Spanish bribing duties. And let's try to... Or maybe not. No, actually, no. You stay here and maybe continue your job of bribing Spanish generals. There's an Italian princess right here, so we can just ask her. Jesus, come on. There we go. And just to cover our bases, is there other princesses we would like to ask, like the Danes, perhaps? It's always nice to ask the Danes. And yeah, there's going to be a Danish princess up here, so let's go ask them. We have some emissaries, so you go, gadget emissary, and find my man a bride. And the Novgorods. So did they actually attack the Poles? Did that actually just happen? They did. My God. The balls on those guys. I mean, I feel sorry. Like, you couldn't attack Livonia? I guess okay, there are some more troops here in the keep, so that is something, but what did they attack, Smolensk? I mean, really? Did you deem that to be easier? Like an easier target? Seriously? The Boyars are a good unit, but, you know, it's all they have are the Boyars. Yeah, yep, that's going to be tough. I think that the silver lining is that if the Poles do retaliate and then just squash out the Novgorods, then there could be an actual strong Novgorod reemergence at some point. So that is a silver lining there. But the map is really going to have to team up on the Poles to slow them down. And I say that, you know, knowing full well that I've done nothing to stop them. So my time might come eventually. It appears that the majority of the Spanish boats that were on the west coast of Iberia have sort of slipped the news, as it were, and they've made it back into the Mediterranean past my fleet that was here in the Gulf of Cadiz. And so I'm going to be able to take out this caravel, 2-star Admiral, but I have a bunch of barks here that should be able to just, you know, swarm them and defeat them just through weight of numbers. I'm going to have to go back. African coast. I got a boat in the African coast here that got by me. So I'm going to have to go back. I'm assuming that's a caravel as well, or if not, maybe 2 caravels, because, you know, it got by me. And since there's no boats in the Atlantic coast now, what I wanted to happen has happened. That fleet did disperse. So I'm assuming that's what a lot of these boats are caravels, and that's how they got by me. So I'm going to be moving back here and just continue to sort of chase and pick them off here. So yeah, I'm assuming like these caravels here in the Western Mediterranean, they want to be there. That's fine. I will just continue to pick off what I can. And there's going to be, yeah, this boat up here. Hopefully the Italians deal with that. And then I have a bark there. And these boats can probably start to disperse as well. Quite frank. Ooh, there's a Spanish boat here. Ooh, yes. Okay. Can I actually target this boat? Looks like there's going to be a 3-star caravel. Okie dokie. Only speed of 1. So my boat should speed of 2 for the cogs, speed of 1 for the caravel. So I don't think I have to disperse this fleet at all, unless just make sure I'm attacking the right fleet right here. In fact, I can put these caravels on board as well. And Spanish, yes. Okay, so we can get rid of that caravel. And then I think that we can start to... Yeah, I need to put some boats into the North Sea. I'll do that with this fleet once it's done killing that Spanish boat, and then I can resecure. I only have 1 boat here in the Bay of Biscay, so I can bring down another boat to reinforce that. And then, yeah, there's a Spanish boat there. Maybe move back for now, just preemptively, just in case they kind of come on in and then, you know, I can't get away from them, perhaps. It might be a bark, which would have the same speed as my bark, so let's just kind of preemptively move away from that. And then these 2 barks can move up there. And that looks okay. Sure. Okay. So with them moving into the Mediterranean, I think I'm okay with that, because I think that I'm stronger here than I am here. I'm up here, I think. Maybe not. But it's going to feel good when we can reconnect our fleets, just because I've been on my own down here, and it's fine. I've held out fine, but having my realm connected is going to feel better. And public order as well, I think is okay. Yeah, public order is fine. And what about my generals of loyalty? Yeah, 4 loyalty for the Prince of Antioch. This is a little concerning. And he's yeah, he's in the bloodline as well. Lord Plantagenet. 4 loyalty. Yeah, that's not super great. Ooh, 1 loyalty for you. Okay. Let's try to get rid of you if we can. Let's use the spy so that we don't lose our spy. I think that they don't have a chance of them dying, I think. So we can try him of heresy, or not heresy, but what is it? Disloyalty or something? Treason? Yeah, treason, that's what it is. Yes. And then let's check these guys out as well. Yeah, they're looking okay. They're looking not you. This is just my scraps though. These are all my injured units that I'm kind of keeping together. It's kind of stupid that it's being led by a zero loyalty guy. But if they want to go rebel, like fine, whatever. I'll just it's not a big deal. Ooh, 3 loyalty for you. Okay. That's a little bit dodgy. Down here in Cyrenacia with this army that is in the process of being bribed, while I cannot actually do anything with it now, and I don't really intend to do anything with it. I'll just stand here and hold Cyrenacia as long as until the Spanish come to take it back, which I imagine wouldn't take too long. And I don't intend on fighting hard for this. I would just auto-resolve that battle and let it be. I just wanted to kind of mess things up for the Spanish. Maybe this can result in a loss of more influence for the Spanish king. He has already lost 1 point of influence. I think he just had 4 before. And now he's down to 3. So he could be going through some issues here. In fact, I think he lost a point of influence from losing Cordoba to the Italians, which is interesting because the Spanish do have forces right here. And are they going to wait out this Italian garrison here in Marrakesh, in Morocco? I don't know. You would think this force would be sizable enough, though, to push the Italians out. So I would imagine they will. Yeah, the Italians are very impressive. All right, I think that my moves are all put in for this turn. So let's continue to move on here. And I do wonder, this big Spanish army here in Toulouse and then also in Syria, are they actually going to moving out and making some plays? Ooh, okay, there go the Danes attacking Pomerania. Wow. Okay, there we go. There's the attack. And they attacked my province that might be a little bit weaker. I don't know. Tripoli, I don't know, was I was kind of bolstering Palestine, so yeah, go figure. Let's see, I was spying on a guy here in Toulouse to try to lower his loyalty, so maybe that will happen. And then, yes, we did try that general, and, well, the general is just, low loyalty, so he shouldn't be causing any more issues for me now. And then, ooh, okay, never mind. Okay, so it didn't work. The evidence did not convince, and the trial collapsed into farce. This whole episode may have done more harm than good. So his loyalty is probably even lower now. What was it? What was it before? 1? Was it 1 or 0? 0 maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. I was trying the king of Spain just to see if I could lower his dread, I suppose. So we will see if I can achieve that through repeated trials. And then we got this guy. Yeah, this 2-star general here in Valencia, so he's done for. Yeah, that was a 100% chance because I have a Grand Inquisitor and he had 0 piety, so yes. Yes. So we are going to be getting a good fight here in Tripoli. So I do have my 3-star generals, Sir William Pole. I can't remember... Yeah, it doesn't tell me his traits. He might be, let's see here. He has a valor of 1. But I can't remember if he is like one of the fat guys. I think he might be. I have a lot of fat guys in the Levant. But they're like good at morale boosting, they're jolly fellows. The people love him, but they're just bad at fighting, So he might be one of them. He might be. 3-star general though, which is, not bad. Prince Felipe, 5-star general and 3 valor. So that's better. That's certainly better. But I do think that Sir William Pole does have like a gentle knight or some shit like that gives really good morale bonuses. I think so. So let's look at the Spanish army here. In the initial wave, there's essentially no melee push to even speak of. Their melee forces consist of 1 unit of basic spearmen, 1 unit of militia sergeants, and then 1 unit of fanatics. And that's it. And then their general, of course, and his unit of royal knights. The rest of it's going to be 2 genites, and then crossbows, 3 arbalesters, 2 archers, 1 pavis arbalaster, 1 javelin, and 1 pavis crossbow. Just ranged and light cav. And then 1 mangonel as well. Yeah, like there's no melee push there to speak of. And then here in their reinforcements, is there going to be a melee push really at all? Peasants, half a spearman unit, urban militia, banged up feudal men-at-arms, and urban militia, 37 halberdiers, which will be tired by the time they reach the battle lines. What do the numbers look like? 21 on my side versus 24 on their side. Okay, so they outnumber me by a little bit, but not too much. Not too much. Okay, there's some more guys down here. There's a full strength feudal men-at-arms. Don't know why they're not in the first wave. Some more fanatics, peasants, basic spears. Yeah, it's a lot of ranged troops, and I think that my army comp is, I just have a better balance, and I have a lot of heavy cav. Now, most of my heavy cav is royal knights. I only have, I think, the 2 feudal knights, but still, like, that's gonna hurt their archers for sure. And then billmen. Do I even want to bring the billmen? Like, what would they be good against? The general, I suppose, and that's it. I don't know. Yeah. Kind of, yeah, I might want to bring swordsmen instead, because swordsmen can chop up their militia sergeants and their fanatics and their spearmen. And sure, they're not, good against the cav, but I can just have enough cav of my own to deal with their cav. Their general, that is. So yeah, I'm not really going to have a place in this army for billmen, but I think that's okay. I think that's fine. And then I think I just have the 2 longbowmen in Tripoli, because again, I was, stacking up Palestine. So I just have the 2 longbowmen, but I think I'm going to want to go cav heavy. And then go a little bit lighter on ranged troops. I think so. Yeah, maybe. Now, this is what I'm talking about. A pretty good high ground advantage in this map. And I have a choice. I can choose between this hill, which I'm a little bit cut off here. I can't completely deploy up here. But I could spread out, I imagine. And this could be pretty good. Very steep, very, very steep right here. That'd be very nice. Although I would imagine the enemy would just be attacking from this direction and not this direction. This hill is easier to deploy on for sure. I can get more spread out, and I'm kind of leaning in this direction. Although the enemy could just come up from this direction and sort of negate my high ground advantage. But then again, I can spread out, all the way to here upon deployment. But they could just get up around here and threaten my flank. So maybe not. Yeah, maybe I take this one, which is more narrow, and it's going to force the enemy to attack me uphill. Unlike this one, which, they could potentially get around me, That's one thing you have to keep in mind, when you're choosing your position, because, you can see, a couple avenues of approach and say, like, yeah, this is really good. The enemy could attack me from here and, and it'll be really advantageous for me. But, think about where the enemy wants to actually attack from, because that's where they will typically attack from. They're good, they're pretty good. The AI typically understands how to do these things, and it's better to give them no good opportunities. So I suppose this is the way to go. Yeah, get up here and get up here, and sure, it's going to be more of a narrow front, but they're not going to have any good opportunities to to attack from. Oh yeah, and remember when I was talking about, you know, bringing mostly swords and leaving the billmen behind? Well, I realized that I only had one unit of swordsmen, so yeah, here are the billmen, my good old standard trusty old boys, and one unit of swords back here, feudal men at arms. Got some feared man, got some kerns. It's a little bit sloppy. It's not the best comp, but it is something. 2 longbowmen and then 1 archer for my ranged components. And let's go ahead and get these guys ready. Where's the enemy? Right there. Okay. Holy, okay, it's weird. Okay, so the Bengal is not going to be able to shoot me because they can't turn, which is funny. So let's get up here a little bit. And then get you guys. And my general is that -3 Valor general. And then, yeah, Turkopolls. Let's see here. So the Mangonel can shoot at the Turkopolls, which is a little bit awkward. Let's get these guys around there. And try to get around behind the enemy. And then let's start forming my lines, sort of like this. Billman is like that. And then archers can be like that. And then, yeah, I have a very awkward reserve force. Spears, swords, and javelins. Very, very strange stuff. For sure. So, let's see here. Cav. And I need to get lighter cav for this desert warfare, for sure. Like, that's something I've really, truly learned in this campaign, is that feudal knights, you should not be using them. You know, royal knights, feudal knights, they should not be used. They're just too heavy. They are just too heavy. Alright, so let's make sure that archers can get a clear shot and that they have the high ground. And, yeah, the Turkopolls are my only light cav unit. Who's fronting? Okay, so let's just go here and attack. 3 units of Turkopolls can probably beat 1 unit of these arbalesters. Let's make sure that we get flank around them. And Genites, javelins. Alright, I want to keep an eye on those Genites for sure. And you get around. And hopefully we can break these guys. Their shields do make them tough to break. And yeah, let's get in there. Alright, it says they're losing badly, so hopefully we can break them quickly. And then on this side, yeah, our blasters. I should just charge right on down and start taking these guys out, because I don't want to be, you know, taking unnecessary fire. Let's bring Cav down and stage them and get them ready to attack here. And yeah, dudes are shooting. Let's just bring down spears just to start to threaten here. And bunch of sergeants. Just go him. Genites, are you actually going to attack me? No shit. Let's go there and then there. Let's actually bring my feared men over here. And yeah, Genites are going to... Yep, they went in. They did it. And let's go actually here and help out. And maybe my general can help out as well. And Turkopolls, how'd you guys do? Yeah, I wiped them out. Yes, there you go. So let's get one of these units over here to wipe out the mangonels, and then the other 2 units can actually go after the javelins here. And then feudal knights don't, yeah, just come, don't chase those Genites. Just come up here, and then, so that should be fine. That's fine. And then Cav, what are you, spearmen? It's the tier 1 basic spearmen, you know, like I should be able to break them. Is what I think. So let's just get it here and let's get a little flank attack in. And so, ooh, the prince is going right on in. Let's see, do I have any billmen that can help out? No, my billmen are all tied up. Let's see, javelins. Get some jav tosses in on them. And then feudal knights fighting Genites. Genites are winning, eh? Goddamn, alright. That's weird. Let's get my Turkopolls to help out there. And then Turkopolls can help out here, attack those guys. And then, do I have another unit of Turkopolls, or are they already fighting? Yeah, they're chasing some stuff off. And Genites are being driven back. That's fine. Might be able to kill the prince there. Oop, I forgot to get my rear charge in. Yeah, get my rear charge in, and then fanatics are being diced up. My guys are throwing javelins in at the prince, so that's good, and we should... You guys can run. I think you're... Oh, you're already running. Maybe you were. And then longbow... Let's get my longbowman out if I can. And then... Do I have any cav? Alright, you can chase those guys. And then... Ooh. Turkoples are getting, they're getting the business bot from those Genites. Are we gonna break these frickin' spearmen here, or what? Do I need to throw some volleys into the rear of that unit? There we go. Nice. Nice. Alright, so they're gonna break now, right? There they go. Jesus. Jeez, oh Pete's. Alright, so there's the break. And yeah, it looks like they're chasing my Turkopole. God damn. God damn. Alright, so they're chasing my Turkopoles. Do I have any cav left that I can chase with? Yeah, these Turkopoles down here can chase. And then... I should send my general to chase as well, just because they still have a lot of ranged troops, you know? So let's do that. Let's split off, and Feudal Knights can chase here against those Arbalesters. And, actually no, stay together with these Royal Knights. Just because there's enough troops in this area where they could overwhelm my guys, potentially. And, let's see, Billman chasing Militia Sergeants, that doesn't feel good. Let's get you guys back. And then, ooh, I forgot to move my little thingy. So let's get the assembly point right there. Okay, so yeah, I don't have a ton of cav, which doesn't feel great. Yeah, I lost a lot of cav in that fight. Way too many. It's my first fight back. It's been a while. So hopefully my fat, out of shape general doesn't die killing our blusters that are running away here. That would just be the worst. But we killed a prince. That feels good. Killing princes does feel good. And let's see here. We don't need both of you chasing after these guys. One of you go after them and kill them. And Turkopole's perfect. You're here. Don't go after the spearmen. Go after the archers, please. Please and thank you. And Arbalesters, you can... Let's see, my general's chasing here. Ooh, Turkopoles, yes. I got some guys. I got some guys. They can come back, and yeah, so they can also chase down those Arbalesters as well. Perfect. My remaining cav units are doing a good job of mopping up these scattered troops here and there. Although my guys are exhausted. Yeah, they're already exhausted. And my general, he's over here. He just got done chasing some units. They did reman their mangonels. Let's go back and finish the job here. Yeah, they got a handful of... I think I had a few left. Yeah, I feel like I didn't even do anything to them. Those Genites are just kind of hanging out there. I wonder what they're up to. And they are bringing troops on now. Crossbows and feudal men-at-arms. And, ooh, peasants and urban militia. They're already here. They're here. Okay. So, do I have a front line left? More so than I thought, actually. And then archers get reformed. And then... reserves get reformed as well. And then, yeah, general, kill those mangonel crewmen. And then, don't get caught by spears. Yeah, in fact, can I get archers like this to shoot at those guys? Yeah, shoot them down. And then Turkopoles, come on over. In fact, you guys can kind of position over here. And get ready to shoot at the peasants. And just a handful of Arbalesters left. And then up here, I don't want my general to get caught, so I'll have to keep an eye on him. Archers. Okay, and... ooh, longbowmen are out of ammo already. Ooh, shoot. I didn't realize that. Dang, okay. So I'm going to have to withdraw them, and then archers and other longbowmen still have ammo, thank goodness. These spearmen are now chasing my Turkopoles, so let's turn around here and try to bait with one while shooting with the other. If we have to, we can maybe double team them with our heavy cav that are in the region, but again, we are pretty tired, so... ooh, I don't... yeah, general, can you get you out of... can I get you out of here? You're getting chased by urban militia, and I don't want you to have to fight urban militia. That's going to be a bad fight for you. What's happening over here? Genites are... it looks like they're trying to get a charge on my archers, perhaps. So let's not give them the opportunity. Yeah, crossbows are right there. So, oh yeah, my generals... Come on, don't get caught, man. Go, go, go. As fast as you can. Alright, sweet. Looks like we're driving off those spearmen with our turkoples. Shooting here, yep, and there. And then let's just get a charge here, double charge here on these peasants. And then what's happening over here? Are you guys gonna sneak through? Alright, they're gonna throw some javelins at me, which doesn't feel good. So I got my kerns. Let's come up here. And they can throw javelins back at those Genites. And General, are you gonna get away? It looks like you should be able to get away. Okay. Perfect. And now... Yeah, General, come on. Okay, come on, come on. And then... You guys... go here and then chase down. I don't need both of you chasing those crossbows. So actually, you hang tight. And if anything, actually, you can shoot at those urban militia. Yes, yes, perfect. Feudal men-at-arms are coming on in, so let's just get back here. Let's get back. Let's get back. And yeah, you chase those crossbows. And are you out of? Yeah, all my guys are out of ammo. I have to start withdrawing them. Yeah, withdraw you, and then. Yeah, all of you withdraw. General, don't get caught, don't get caught. No, 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 keep going. There we go, nice, we broke them. And turkoples go on in and chase. Feudal men-at-arms, they're nearby, and they're not good against heavy cav, but man, my heavy cav are totally exhausted. That is not... Good, let's get my general back to my formation. And it kind of looks like the enemy might have had enough, perhaps. They kind of look like it. And, well, I would love to chase them into oblivion. My cav is just so tired that I kind of doubt that I'm going to be able to catch much more than I already have. Although we might catch these guys. Nice to catch some Genites, but they're probably going to defeat my 31 turkoples. Yeah, my guys are so tired. Yeah, their Genites are winning. That's not gonna work out for me. And that looks to be a wrap. So, all in all, pretty successful victory. And I didn't need to bring in really any reinforcements, essentially. And yeah, that's okay. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Kerns only got 7 kills, but they were throwing their javelins at the prince's bodyguard unit, so they probably did some very valuable kills, I reckon. And yeah, valor gained for the Royal Knights. That's my my general's bodyguard. Yeah, nice, perfect. He needs that. He really does. And then feudal knights got a point of valor. Royal Knights got 2 points of valor. turkoples got 2 points of valor. Longbowmen got some valor. Billmen got 2 points of valor. Billmen got 2 points of valor. And then feudal men-at-arms got 1 point of valor. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I'll take it. And I'll just let the Spanish decide what happens to these 556 captured soldiers. I'm not going to kill them unless they don't pay the ransom. So let's see what choice they make here. I mean, they have no trade, so they should be very you know, they should be very poor. The Spanish have decided they cannot win the battle and are retreating. So they did actually try to stop this from happening, but yeah, no, they didn't send enough troops apparently. So the Italians have decided they cannot win the battle, so they're going to be retreating here from Cordoba. And then we did sink that one Spanish boat in the English Channel. And then ransom refused. Yeah, so they can't afford it. They can't afford it. So that, the prince got killed outright, but then Don Enrique Velázquez he's been captured in addition to these men as well. So I have the largest military. Yes. And the Pope has died. I don't think... let's see, I can't remember. I don't think the Spanish were just excommunicated. I forgot to check that, but I don't think they were. I was looking at their piety. And, no, they had been. They were, but their king had just died. Right. So they lost that excommunication. That's why. Okay. So that doesn't matter. Got it. Unless the Poles... Ooh, the Poles might be in the clear now. In that regard. And let's see here. Okay. There's an Inquisition in Anatolia. But they're Orthodox. What? That works? Really? Huh. I didn't know that that's how that works. Okay. Drinking Den finished in Tripoli. Okay, so upgraded spies. Their Citadel finished in Aquitaine. Yeah, lovely. And the Barbican, the defensive upgrade, is finished here in Anjou. And the Italians declined my marriage proposal. You sons of guns. But Sir Roger Mortimer did wed my daughter. So he better be more loyal. He better not just have 3 loyalty. And let's see here. So is there anything? Secret Gluttony. Okay, -3 Valor. Man, everyone's getting fat out here. I know it's the land of milk and honey, but calm down, people. Calm down. Honorable Warrior, +1 morale. Nice. Yeah, that's a 1-star general as well, so that is useful. Definitely. Lord Howard, -1 acumen. Okay, and he is a governor, so that's important. I'm going to have to check in on that. He's a zealot as well. 20% to zeal when governing. All right. And informants. Oh. Has someone been spying on my... Oh, I get it. That was me. I'm the one that was spying on this guy. Typically you see that in, other, factions characters because, when you spy on them, you cause this trait to occur. But I did this to myself. I get it. So I should check his loyalty as well and see what the dealio is. Is it you? No. No. Oh, he's not in charge anymore. Whoever he is it you? No, it's not. Well, whoever it was, he's not in charge anymore, so no worries. No harm, no done. No harm, no... Jesus, I don't know. I don't know what I just said. No harm, no done. Yep, that's the saying now. Okay. Now, I think that there's an opportunity for me to pick off some more Spanish... Yes, here we go. 2-star Admiral for a Caravel. And I reckon that a million barks can probably beat that. Might take some losses, but probably nothing too severe. 2 barks versus their 1 Caravel. That fight I do not like, but at least I can get some information here. 2-star Admiral for a Caravel. Let's just get away. And, yeah, I have 2 Caravels here. And, like, together with... Yeah, like, I can team up with these boats and push into the Gulf of Gabes together. Yeah, that's fine. That's going to be the plan there. So they have 1 Caravel there. And then, what's here? They have a bark. 2-star Admiral. And then what's this? 2-star Admiral as well. So it doesn't matter who I attack. Let's just go 1 at a time. And do this. Make sure it's a Spanish. Yes, it is. And then same thing. Yes, perfect. And is there any Spanish boats there? No, there isn't. So what do I want to do with this fleet? Do I want to... I think they will be dealt with eventually. And this fleet can't go into the Western Mediterranean because they don't have the capabilities to do that. Oh, let's see here. It's tempting to, like, start spreading these guys out. That's the temptation. But I should still keep them together until the Spanish Navy has been wiped out, I suppose. Is probably the smarter thing to do. As much as I wanted to connect my trade fleets, I probably should, do things one thing at a time here. And yeah, they've moved a lot of their boats back into the Atlantic Ocean, which is a shame. Yeah, it's too bad. So, is there any other Spanish navies up here? No, there's not. Just in the Atlantic. And then the Straits of Gibraltar, Western Mediterranean, African coast. And then down there. Okay. Okay, we're making progress. How bad is my income? Minus 14? Okay, that's actually an improvement. Probably from the men that died in Tripoli. Yeah, that's probably why. In fact, I didn't actually even look at the numbers. Jesus, I'm rusty. I haven't... I forgot. I forgot to do that. And Sir Roger Mortimer gained 3 points of loyalty from marrying my daughter? That's... okay, wow, that's a lot. I didn't know... So I'm learning some interesting things about princesses so far in this campaign. One was when I learned that princesses don't all retire at the same age. It's not always, you know, when they turn 33. Sometimes it's when they turn up to 35. So not the, you know, biggest difference, but it's just interesting that there is a variance there. And then this as well, there's been times where I've noticed that marrying princesses to generals actually does not increase their loyalty. It doesn't decrease it, but there has been times where, yeah, there was no increase in loyalty upon marrying my daughter, which is, of course, awful because, you know, I'm using, you know, that's a resource, an asset that I'm using for a specific reason, and that doesn't end up working. So that's unfortunate. But then to know that, like, ta-da, sometimes it can get up to 3 points of loyalty from marrying my daughter, like, hot damn. Secret blood love. Okay, at first I thought that was like had something to do with like romance, but no, it's more like horror. Yes, plus 3 dread from loving blood secretly. But yes, he also loves my daughter apparently because he's super loyal now. That's great news because yeah, he's a solid general. 4 stars is not bad, and in fact, his acumen and his dread would make him a decent governor as well. So having him on side feels very good. All in all, that is going to wrap things up for this episode. I'm going to have to decide where do I want Sir Roger Mortimer. I can do that in the next episode. I think I do want him out east, but I'm going to have to link up my boats before I can do that. And boat-wise, I think I should start building more boats as well. I am building boats in a few places, Normandy, Flanders, Wessex. I want to start building boats in Wales. I have enough longbowmen for now, so I don't need to train more longbowmen. But just to replace the losses that I have taken, I might want to... yeah, I might want to get some more boats here in Wales, and I can get boats in Aquitaine as well. Yeah, that's probably what I should be doing, because I only have one place where I can build boats down here, and it is Palestine. That boat's going to be finished in the next turn. And I can double up here in the Eastern Mediterranean. But yeah, that's going to be the plan, I think. And I would assume... at some point, I wouldn't be surprised if the Spanish wanted to seek terms. I guess they're not out of it yet. You know, they might think that they still have a play here, but at this point, their forces in Syria are less than anything that I have in any single province. So their power is dwarfed by mine, and that is even if I were to include the Spanish forces in Arabia and Sinai as well. So, and they're going to have to send forces from Egypt to take back Cyrenaica, and yeah, I do not intend to keep this, but that's a good... 5-star general is not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, good acumen as well. God damn. I mean, Cyrenaica does not make a lot of money, but I may as well... Why is the loyalty 0% here? Why is it so low? Is it just because my guys are cut off and surrounded? Because I have no... Huh. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I guess there's no link between Cyrenaica and my king. Sure, that is an issue, but there's no link between these places. But there's so many armies here, so that's probably why. Huh. So I'm probably going to end up causing a loyalist rebellion, and that's going to end up giving the Spanish more forces, actually. But I can still fight them, so there could be a chance that I can maintain here. We'll see, even though he only has 1 dread, and, let's see, does he give any, yeah, he gets happiness bonuses for his province. Rough justice, so +2 dread, steward, God-fearing. Yeah, let's just give him the governorship. Yeah, 0% loyalty, so lower taxes, very low, 32% loyalty. Oh, yeah. I mean, I could maybe put a spy there. And boost the loyalty, maybe? Do I have a spy that's available? Can you get over there? You can, okay. You have 1 point of valor, so did that raise it? It didn't raise it yet, so it's going to take that into account in the next turn. Do I have any higher value, valored spies? You have 0 valor. You have 0 valor. Okay. So you're my best chance of flipping this place. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't want to, like, you know, hold on to it. I just didn't want to cause a loyalist rebellion. That's kind of counterproductive. But in any case, that's going to be it for this episode. Before I go, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these videos and you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. It all helps immensely. So until next time, this has been Constep playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.